Now one of the big awards of the night, Most Valuable Rebel. Rafael Souza on the soccer program is a historic goal scorer, the leading goal scorer in program history. She's also on top 10 lists for single season goals in the SEC and career goals in the SEC, right up there with Abby Wambach of Team USA. I had a chance to sit down and hang out with Rafael Souza, and it was pretty interesting. Rafael Souza. Ole Miss senior Rafael Souza is nominated for Rebel of the Year at the Rebels Choice Awards. Her 22 goals were the best in team history on the winningest team in the history of the program. Despite being the program's all-time leading scorer, the superstar All-American doesn't exactly love the spotlight.
I just don't like it. Like, I'm so scared, to going out there and talk. I just want to say I don't speak English and and do nothing.
How many times have you used that excuse?
A lot. Seems like I hear almost every day. When I can, I say it.
4 teams to go, and it starts with Ole Miss.
Awesome. Really, really happy, really proud of the girls and the team and the program, and we're extremely excited. At our place under the lights, that's just an awesome place to play, an awesome feeling.
The Rebels put up a historic 9 goals, winning the game 9-0, by far the biggest and most lopsided win of any team this year in the tournament. On a misty night in November in round 1 of the NCAA tournament, Rafa scored a hat trick, making her the program's all-time leading scorer. Her goal put her in the top 10 for both SEC single-season performances and SEC career performances. Rafa and her teammates eventually moved on to the second round, where they were ousted by eventual runners-up Florida State. Big things on the horizon for Rafael Souza. She was drafted with the first pick of the second round by Houston and is still in the team pool for Team Brazil. The Brazil native is a historic rebel for Ole Miss soccer. Another international athlete, Caroline Romo, hails from Norway, and Jill, she's nominated for this award as well.
Oh yeah, she's been such an asset to the Rebels. I mean, she's ranked number 3 in the International Tennis Association rankings. I mean, not to mention she's led the Rebels into their 5th straight and 16th overall appearance in the NCAA.
Unbelievable, Caroline Romo. I know another nominee that we all loved to watch last year, Stuart Turner, kind of came out of nowhere. He was a transfer student that did huge things for Ole Miss baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one season he came here, fresh off a junior college national championship, just came here and just continued his momentum, hitting well over 300 and close to 500 at times, and just won the Johnny Bench Award, the best catcher in the nation, and obviously did just wonders for the Rebels baseball.
I know we had one national champion on the individual side of things this year. That was Sam Kendricks, and Houston Brock had a chance to hang out with Sam Kendricks.
Only 8 Ole Miss athletes have claimed an individual national championship. One of those is Ole Miss pole vaulter Sam Kendricks. The senior is coming off of a national championship from his junior year, which has earned him a nomination for this year's Most Valuable Rebel Award.
Well, vaulting is usually an obscure kind of sport, but I like to think I'm one of the best, that's surely.
One of the best since high school. Kendricks learned how to vault here in Oxford, where he went to school. His father, a track coach at Oxford High, has been with him since he started.
Honestly, I was too short, slow, and white to make his track team. I really wasn't an athlete at all. So he taught me something that I could perhaps get better at with his help and his coaching, and we worked on that through the years, and it became something that we had fun doing together, right? And we could represent our school, whatever we were doing, pole vaulting. So instead of having catch time on Sundays, we go out and play pole vaulting, and he's been my coach ever since.
Kendricks attributes a lot of his success to the relationship he and his father have formed over the years.
My coach has been with me for the long haul. He knows my mind just about as well as I know his. So there's a lot of communication barriers that we don't have to cross. We don't have to go through all that coach-athlete drama you may see in the news sometimes. We keep it very simple, keep it fairly professional. I call him Coach K. When we're on the practice field, I call him Coach K at home. He's one and the same. He's my father and he's my coach. We try to keep it as simple as possible so we can focus on whatever we're loving in the game in that aspect. So, pole vaulting.
Kendricks is humbled by his nomination and always makes sure to keep things in perspective.
What makes one guy the most valuable rebel? I'm not on TV. I'm not the guy in the papers all the time. How does me being asked to represent the Rebels in this way, how do I react to that? Well, you have to take a step back. My job is to represent the Rebels here at Ole Miss. Do I do that well? I try my very best. If you keep it in those aspects, then maybe I'm the guy. So it's really a great honor that people would consider me for this, and I hope I can continue to do great things for the Rebels.
So what's next for Kendricks? Well, he still has a chance to defend his national title this spring, and more importantly, to continue working on his dream of competing at the next level.
Well, you can't look too far in ahead. We don't want to be a dreamer all the time. That's what the night's for. We will continue to work and represent the Rebels in whatever competition we go to. I have the Rebels jersey on. They've taken me so far, so many places. I can't do anything else to thank them besides do my best, right? So, represent the Rebels. After I compete for the Rebels, after I have no more seasons left, we have to look for the future after that. And every athlete's dream is to jump or run or fight on the next stage, and that's my goal as well. Maybe I have eyes to Rio. Everybody's got that Olympic dream in some capacity, so why not me?
Houston, Sam won a national championship. His father was his coach. What an emotional and crazy journey that must have been.
Yeah, historic, like we said, the 8th individual national championship in Ole Miss history. So really, they do represent us, and that's great, though. It's great that we have people that we can put on the national stage that are the best at their craft.
Yeah, he just recently voted an All-American on indoor track out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Sam Kendricks continuing to do big things. On the hardwood, 2 nominees for Most Valuable Rebel. Jarvis Summers for the men, and for the women, Valencia McFarland on a team that's on the rise. Browning Stubbs had a chance to talk to Valencia McFarland.
For a girl standing at 5'4" tall, one may think that it may be an impossible task to become one of the greatest scorers in the history of a college basketball program. However, Valencia McFarland proved all her doubters wrong. The senior point guard finished her career 6th on the all-time scoring list and is an excellent candidate for Most Valuable Rebel at the 2014 Rebels Choice Awards.
It's an honor to be nominated for this award. I know it's a lot of other great athletes around this university that are nominated as well, so it's just an honor to be nominated. My main goals were to basically just try to help my team win any way possible. I mean, I really didn't have any individual goals. It was just always a mentality of mine to just go out and play as hard as I could and try to get a win. Every win this year was a good moment for me. Even some of the losses we had, just knowing that we went out every game and fought hard, gave it everything that we had.
Although she is graduating, Valencia still has high hopes for the program and plans to continue playing basketball.
I think with the new coaching staff, with the players they're recruiting that's coming in, I think the program is moving in the right direction. I want to play professionally no matter where. That's always been a dream and a goal of mine, so right now I'm just working hard trying to achieve that.
So between McFarland, Summers, Souza, Road-Moe, and Stewart Turner, a lot of big names here, but I got to go with the historic man and the historic woman here with Rafael Souza, an all-time leading goal scorer at Ole Miss, and Sam Kendricks, a national champion. What do you guys think who's going to win this award?
Well, I like your take on that. Souza, also an academic All-American, so really on and off the field, she's exemplifying everything it takes to be a student athlete. But really, yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you. You know, it's a big deal to win, to be the best at your one sport, and that's one thing that track offers you the opportunity to do. So I think that's something really impressive that Sam did, helping Ole Miss out.
At Browning, Jarvis Summers nominated for Most Valuable Rebel, and being able to score more than Marshall and being a big part of the team with Marshall Henderson on there. He's replacing, of course, Murphy Holloway. A lot lost last year for the Rebels, and Jarvis stepped up beautifully.
And he had to, because they lost Nick Williams in the backcourt, and Jarvis Summers, a native of Jackson, Mississippi, came in and scored a very efficient offense this year, improved his average by about 5 points, and he was one of the top assist men in the SEC, and he's going to be huge next year as Henderson is graduating.
Someone nobody really saw coming, Cameron, the Johnny Bench Award winner, Stewart Turner. You come in from a junior college and you're already behind someone on the depth chart, but to earn your way to a starting position and become one of the best players in the country is unbelievable.
Definitely. I mean, coming off a junior championship like he did, I mean, to come to an NCAA school like this, especially Ole Miss, you definitely have to have a lot of patience and just being with a team like that in general and earning his way up on the totem pole. It's pretty phenomenal.
I have to agree with you there. I mean, nobody thinks it's easy to have to play LSU at Mississippi State in baseball, and he did a pretty fantastic job. So the nominees for Most Valuable Rebel: Valencia McFarland, Caroline Rodmo, Rafael Souza on the women's side, and on the men's side, Sam Kendricks, Jarvis Summers, and Stuart Turner.